Good morning. How's it going? Today's Thursday for you guys? Happy Thursday. We are on Slocan Lake. I got to Nelson, delivered there, and parked over here on Slocan Lake. Put the load cam on the second trailer this time. That's going to be different. And we're in no rush now. Gotta head over to Kaslo, and the next town right over here. Can't really see it, but there's a town coming up, New Denver. And we're gonna shortcut up and over the mountains. Apparently there's a ghost town up there somewhere. I'd like to visit that someday. Roseberry is actually the next town here. Roseberry and then New Denver. A couple of boats there in the water. This is Roseberry Provincial Park to the left. Wilson Creek. Excuse me. Now we're fairly light now. We've unloaded most of the heavy stuff in the cusp. I remember the first time I drove this road with a big rig, and it's like there's no barriers here, and it's down. It's scary down. It's definitely a little pucker factor on this highway the very first time you drive a big rig down it. So we'll deliver Kaslo tomorrow morning, head to Nelson, unload there, and then head to KMT, load there. Actually, in Nelson, we're going to get my VHF radio looked at, just to see if it indeed does need to be replaced or if it's repairable. Little pullout over here us truckers always use to allow people to pass us if there's anybody behind us. If we're fully loaded, I'm, like I said, pretty light now, so we're making decent time. We'll be blowing up the mountain. Speed limit's 90 kilometers an hour here. It's pretty hard to hit 90 kilometers per hour on a road like this in a big rig. I guess this is a New Denver golf course. Maybe it's Slocan Lake golf course. I don't have engine brakes on. Let's turn those on. That's better. Like the truck's not slowing down when I expect it to slow down. you guys want an unforgiving highway, narrow, twisty, windy road, well, we're getting that today. In fact, I've been told by some drivers big rigs aren't allowed on this highway. I beg to differ. Jess and I have taken this highway once before. It was the opposite direction from Kaslo down to New Denver, but this is going to be fun. I really don't remember this highway at all, so it's like experiencing a new highway all over again, because I've only ever been on that highway once in my life, so today will be the second time. Excuse me. Seems every time I step outside, I start coughing. I should take an allergy pill, but I'm too stubborn. Highway 31A. Historic route. Gold Rush historic route. Don't put the pup in the ditch. Great construction. Looks like it's side road construction. Up this way. Highway 3 asphalt resurfacing. To me, looks like they're not ready to resurface yet. They're just putting up the signs for the resurfacing. Steep climb, actually. Doing 7% grade. 8%. 9%. Yeah, it's fairly steep. Down to town. Yeah, they haven't even removed the barriers yet for resurfacing, so don't think we'll actually see construction today. Oh, there's all the delineators and cones, the barrels and the delineators, yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty rough road. Definitely needs resurfacing. Vision limited. That's just straight down and straight up on the other side. Anytime I get a little bit of speed, there's a sign that says slow. And that's interesting, a big rock wall over here. That's really neat. Looks like it's maybe to prevent avalanches from closing the road. It's a bit of a break for an avalanche to stop at. You wouldn't want to make a mistake on this highway. The chances of survival are low. 50 sign on the road. Maybe there is construction. Maybe I'm wrong. Barriers are removed down there already. Gravel section. Looks like they've rebuilt this. So it must have been a slide area and they've rebuilt the slide area. Now they're just keeping it gravel until they get the repaving in. Idaho Peak. Idaho Peak. Alright, we're going to cross the yellow line just to make sure the pup makes it around the corner without hitting a no post. Heritage attraction. Sandon. Sandon Museum. See a little bridge going across the river there too, just a pedestrian bridge. This is awesome. I love it. I love it. It's so narrow. It's doing like 60 and 70, 50 around the corner. It feels fast. Way up here there's like no cell service either, so no cell service, dangerous road, no barriers on most of it, and you make a mistake up here, it's going to take them a while to find you. Imagine this in the winter. I think in the winter I'd go around the long way. Swampy little lakes up here. keep looking for the moose, but I don't see any. Where's the wildlife? Although up here, it's such a desolate place, there's many ponds where there's probably no vehicles driving by, so they can graze in peace. Well, I would pick the noisy one where people are driving by, and they can pick a quiet one. Construction. I'm assuming they're going to resurface the whole highway. Traffic. Look at those beautiful mountains. Way in the background, that's gorgeous. Can't think where we are. Is that the Kootenays? Seems like I'm getting the slow sign. Put one wheel in the gravel. Where's the other traffic controller? There we go. Some ducks in those ponds there. As much as wildlife as I've seen, just some ducks. There might be more, just I don't have time to look at the scenery when the road is this narrow and twisty and winding. Those mountains in front of us are above the tree line. No trees growing up the top of those jagged mountains. Ooh, beautiful lake up here. cabins on the lake. Man, how can you beat this? You can't beat this. This is awesome. I can see why people want to build cabins up here. Got another lake on this side. Looks like we're going downhill now. We're halfway through. Assuming that the summit is halfway. Very swampy, bushy land here on the side. You see a little river flowing through all the brush on the right side. End of construction, so they're gonna resurface that part, but this looks like it needs resurfacing too. There's grass growing on the road. Whew. Thank you. Oh, looks like some old mining buildings up here. Feels like they're gold rush era. Mudslide area. No stopping. Definitely wouldn't want to come through here after a downpour. Oh yeah, up there, there's buildings as well. So the reason there's a mudslide area here is because there used to be a mine up there, and they made it an unstable slope. Whitewater Creek. Lyle Creek. Beautiful waterfalls in there. Well, boss, I think you could send me this way more often. Look at that big, just shale cliffside. This is awesome. This is so unique. And as we're getting down deeper in the valley, we're not seeing the big mountaintops anymore, because the closer up mountains are blocking the huge mountains. Take this deep, narrow cavern that we're driving in. Got 22 kilometers left to Kaslo. We'll just keep going till we get there. Pretty bouncy. Some more air in my seat, so I stop bottoming out. Definitely a rough road. I guess we're basically driving from Slocan Lake to Kootenay Lake. Going from one lake to another right over top of the mountains. river's flowing pretty fast. Feels like it gets a little flatter here. Creek gets a little wider, river, creek, whatever it is. There we go. We'll get up to speed limit. Speed limit's 80 up here. 80 kilometers. 15 kilometers to Kaslo. Quite a few RVs I've seen in little pullouts here and there. It's probably a good call. Go take an RV trip, take these roads out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody bothers me. Just pulls out some random pullout and spend the night there. Every time I think I got a nice little straightaway, they slow us right back down. If it wasn't such a bumpy road, this would be a lot of fun on a motorcycle. Well, with the repaving, this side seems to be less bumpy over here. Repaving, most of it will be smoother. Maybe next year it might be a decent motorcycle ride. let the car behind us past us. They hadn't been there very long, but they caught up very fast. What a unique highway. Yeah, I really forgot it, but I forgot a lot of the things on this highway, so kind of fun. This is why I enjoy trucking, seeing new things like this. Kind of hoping we get to do more of this because Highway 3 is getting old fast. Problem is, if I would quit and find a different job, I'd just be running Trans-Canada Highway 1 between Vancouver and Calgary, or the further away from home we get, the more big highways we travel. So with KMT loads, we get some of those super unique loads, like going down into Hope, stuff like that. Unfortunately, most of the KMT loads go to Vancouver or big city centers. But every now and then, they've got a cool, unique one that goes out into the boonies. That's the ones I want. And the longer I haven't run in the US, the more I miss running in the US. Just because it gave me more variety of highways. And who knows, maybe someday I'll find a company that gives me that variety that I'm looking for. Or maybe I might be forced to work for one of the companies that runs the same route day after day after day. We kind of get what we get, don't we? So, anytime I hear a trucker complaining and talking about work, wish they got more pay, I'm like, you know what? I'm happy with what I have. Could be a lot worse. Enjoy days like this while we can get them. Entering Kaslo. We're there. We're there. Getting a couple of raindrops. Must be Kaslo River beside us. Is that a bicyclist ahead of us? I think so. Catch him right on the blind turn too. Thank you for using the shoulder around that corner. There's another cyclist coming up. of cool seeing the little rapids like that going down. I love this. Oh, another bike. Get them before the blind corner. Bump nearly threw me out of my seat. Reposition. A little more white water over here, bigger rocks. Well, it said entering Kaslo. We've got to be pretty darn close. It's starting to get dark on this side. Kaslo community information, 400 meters. That looks like it's pretty far down. Can't see the bottom from my side. Passenger seat probably can see. Probably a little puller right over here, right? Yeah, there's all the info for tourists. Tourist info. It looked like there were like mine tours or something over here. Welcome to Kaslo. So we got a four-way stop. Stop back here. Wait for that vehicle to go. up the whole road. You see Kootenai Lake ahead of us there? We've made it lake to lake. Awesome little town. What an awesome little town. I need to take all the road over here too. Stop back here. See anybody coming? Food's ready. So we got a Kaslo church there. Perfect timing. Kaslo River, yep. Kaslo River, that's what we're following all the way from the top by the lakes down. We're delivering just south of Kaslo over here, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly had fun. You guys absolutely rock.